And here are visuals coming in of protests outside the parliament on day 2 of Sonia Gandhi being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. Do remember Sonia Gandhi was questioned last week on Thursday, the 21st of July, and there were protests that were held across various states in the country. And here you can see Congress leaders who are protesting against the ED, questioning their leader Sonia Gandhi for round 2, which is taking place. She did reach the Enforcement Directorate's office at about 11 o'clock in the morning. She was accompanied by her children Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi. Priyanka Gandhi is at the ED office, but Rahul Gandhi is here amongst other Congress leaders protesting against Sonia Gandhi's questioning. We do know Rahul Gandhi was questioned for over 50 hours, which took place in June, and now Sonia Gandhi is being questioned. She was questioned for over 2.5 hours last week on Thursday. This time around, we have Arvind with us. Arvind, this time around, Sonia Gandhi to be questioned for longer than she was on day 1. Take us through. We have also Sunil Prabhu joining us. Sunil, take us through that protest that is being held by the Congress leaders at the parliament, outside the parliament, against Sonia Gandhi being questioned.
That's right. Rahul Gandhi taking the lead, sitting down on the floor of the, at Vijay Chowk to protest what they believe is political vendetta. They were wanting to go to the president. A joint letter has been written, and opposition letter to the President of India about this, and not only about GST rates. And it's in that context that they are voicing their protest to be heard loud and clear.
Right. The Delhi police had denied the Congress leaders who had requested for a peaceful march, a peaceful protest, and they were denied that peaceful protest to be. They wanted to take that march to Rajghat, but that was denied. So now they're right outside the parliament.
That's right. This is something that they had planned earlier, that towards they would walk to Rashtrapati Bhavan, and after they weren't given that permission, they have now decided to sit down. So it's in that context Rahul Gandhi taking the lead to go ahead and voice his opposition for this.
Sunil, if you can take us through, who are the other Congress leaders there at that protest site?
So all the members of parliament are there at that site. All other members of parliament are present, and they are protesting and voicing their protest because in solidarity with the Congress president, who is they say facing political vendetta for certain actions by the Enforcement Directorate. So it's in that context that we are seeing these scenes take place.
Right. So protests being held as Sonia Gandhi is being questioned for round 2 by the Enforcement Directorate. She was taken in by the Enforcement Directorate at about 11 o'clock this morning, when she did reach the Enforcement Directorate office with her children Rahul Gandhi as well as Priyanka Gandhi. Rahul Gandhi, they're taking the lead, like Sunil is pointing out, at that protest site outside the parliament. Do remember the Delhi police had denied permission to the Congress leaders to hold a peaceful protest against Sonia Gandhi's questioning by the Enforcement Directorate. They had plans to start from the Rajghat, but now they're right outside the parliament. They are holding a peaceful protest. Rahul Gandhi there sitting in protest against his mother, now being questioned by the Enforcement Directorate. Last month it was Rahul Gandhi who was questioned for over 50 hours. He was questioned for almost 10 hours a day over 5 days, and now the questioning has started for his mother. Over 2 hours of questioning that took place on the 21st of July last week on Thursday, and this is her second round of questioning. And according to sources, Arvind, my colleague, has been telling us that today that questioning could go on for longer. She's expected to take a break at about 2 o'clock for lunch and go home for that, but then she'll be back at the ED office, and that questioning could in fact go on for hours and hours. She is expected to stay on at that ED office for about a few hours that could run into the evening.